About to whack an order in for this EJ long that I spoke about previous video. So I'll be targeting this FTA here above market about 17400s. Got a clean double top here, 2 touch level. So market came up into it, swung away aggressively. Nice space in between the next swing point about here. So I just mark those out so we know exactly what I'm looking at. Here's your first touch. There. And then you've got your second touch of the level. Once I can fucking grab the circle, a bit over there. And now we've just aggressively broke that. So we're looking for the next naked candle below market to place our order in. Open up the MetaTrader. I mean, USD JPY has gone on a lovely run. We've managed to lock in the profit there a little bit. Sadly, didn't get that entry that we was looking for. The market came straight into it and created a hammer. So that was a bit sad, but I'm still happy that I'm able to lock in some profit on this one though. Right, it's going to bring up the positions that I've got here for Euro. Hop onto the hourly chart. Stop loss just below the thrust candle there. Now it's not the thrust candle that broke the level. The reason I'm not placing it on this one here is because how close it is one to the entry and the naked levels there above market. With the JPY pairs you can still get squeezed just a little bit. So the target is 170 460, and that is not a huge return, mind you. It's £17.83 or 1.5R, but I can see this being a really strong position considering the data that's backing this one as well. I believe we're 81% short positions in the market at this moment in time, and they're only going higher hour by hour, so it's really nice to just keep a hold of keep an eye on that one. And with more increased positions, the more we can just build on this momentum moving up with the weakness of the yen, weakness of the wen. But apart from that, I'm not going to want to hold this one really over the weekend. Ideally, this gets filled today, hold it overnight into late Friday, and we'll close this out manually if need be. USD JPY. I'm most likely going to cut this one before the weekend. I don't want to hold over yet another weekend. I'll see where this is at the end of Friday afternoon and make an update there about what I decide to do with this one. Probably get out and back in the market and we'll see what happens there. But yeah, again, nothing much to update. It's been quite an interesting week after all. I'm expecting quite a dead week, to be honest with you. There's some news out tomorrow which will push the USD markets either up or down. So hopefully we get our entries in before then and we'll like how this unfolds. My orders in EJ this week just haven't been getting picked up. It's a bit frustrating, but not going to whack in a market order there. It's just such a worse price considering spread and stuff like that as well. It's just not really worth me to hit market there. Obviously we've came in. You can see there the market has wicked through my level of entry. Although the spread just didn't get me in. That's the only thing about trading a live market compared to all these funded demo accounts, that you've got to consider these aspects that you're not always going to get picked up by the market. But I mean, this could still turn around. We are slowly edging towards my point of entry. But UJ swing, that's still holding up really strong. No pullback whatsoever here. It's just creating this nice upwards flag pattern even on the 15-minute there, which I don't look at too often. But come on EJ, we've got this. Hopefully this gets filled and we'll be able to whack this straight into the journal shortly. So nice, we got the EJ fill. It's going to whack that into the journal now. Time's a little bit off on this PC by about 10 minutes. That's not the correct time. We actually entered this at about 14:55. Oh, sorry, 16:55. Instrument EJ set up. That's a levels trade. Long entry price was 170.013. Lot size, a little bit of a larger lot, a little bit of a tighter stop loss. So we've got a 0.08. Will it? Stop loss is 169.721. and the take profit was 170, 460. Going to see it was a valid trade. Trade confirmation. KSR level, there's no bound zone. That was a US trade. RR was a 122, I want to say. It was 1.5, but that's not on there. Now, retailers are 81% short, which is going in our favour. COT are also trading in my direction of market. That's the asset managers there. Now, just going to whack the screenshots in. Hourly chart screenshot. Got the 4-hour screenshot. Well, 4 hour does not look good whatsoever. But it's okay. I reckon we can recover this. And then the screenshot for the data there as well. I'm going to go back and say, just type in some notes for the trade on there as well. So I took this trade based upon a 2-touch level on a 4-hour and 1-hour time frame. I took my entry on the last naked candle just below the level of interest. In regards to trade management, I doubt I'll be doing a lot with this trade, to be honest with you, because there's not a lot of room. This is going to be one of those trades where I set a thing out, it either hits stop loss or it hits the take profit. Currently we're in a small amount of profit at the moment. We're actually a very small loss. But looking at UJ as well, that's also holding up very nicely. No issues with that whatsoever. We've got the stop loss still locked in, nothing else to do yet. Probably we'll see more levels form, some retracements up and down movement there. But we'll see what happens with the CJ trade. I'll manually close this trade US session on a Friday, which is tomorrow. Not planning to hold this one over the weekend. I feel like no matter if we're in a small win, small loss, whatever that is, we'll just cut that trade before the weekend. We don't need to be in this trade. It's not a big swinger like it is the USD JPY market. But yeah, nice that we finally got a fill in EJ. It's been a bit of a sore one trying to get actually into this market. But I left that pending order in, didn't need to hit market whatsoever. And finally got collected in the end with a very small bit of drawdown. We're starting to creep up now slowly in a profit. But we'll update this one and see what happens with this one then. So I'm going to go over a bit about trade management and what I look for now to exit my trades once I'm in them. Many years ago, for many years, I was in the habit of being in a trade like this, having it go up 1, 2, 3R, almost to target, for example, and came straight back to break even if I was a bitch, and then just hastily moved to break even because I didn't want a losing trade, or it'd go straight to stop loss, and then you would take that complete 1R loss after being up 3R, for example, and that hurts. That hurts more than anything because you were right and then it's all been ripped away from you. So how to avoid that as well? Something I learned from one of my mentors, Tom Dante. He says famously, "Don't be a prick for a tick," and what he means by that is here is a perfect example for that. You're up 1.50. You're literally a handful of pips to target there, and then the market's coming straight back down into your direction to the stop loss. So what do? In this scenario, you've got a level here, so you'd want to see this level hold, especially where it's a 1-hour chart. Market not only almost came to target on the close of that 7 a.m. candle coming into the London Open, market closed one below that level. Also, we created a very bearish looking candle, an ugly sort of shooting star pattern there. So what I did there was actually exit on that candle close. Luckily I was up early this morning and was prepared to manage this position and just manually exit there at about, let's see what it was on the journal. So exit 1721, which is just about the close of that candle there. counting spread and slip, probably a little bit of slippage there as well, where it's the live market. But so to give a recap of this trade, and what we was looking for most was this clear two-touch level. Wasn't much above market. Obviously, you had these highs here as well, which we needed to be mindful of. And once we broke those, we cleared not only this high, but also the one that it made to create the retest. We cleared that with a very strong candle, and then just chopped our way through the JPY session. And then as Euro opened, we had that final push up, but we couldn't quite make it. Obviously, it's a bit of a down day today. But the FTA, that's why we market, that's what we look for, because market is very choppy. It rarely ever goes up or down. We're just looking to get in trades, get out trades. Obviously, we do have a couple of runners as well with the other strategy, which is targeting the higher time frame supply and demand levels. Although rarely these targets are ever met, it's just nice if we get that volatility, we get that push up. If it kind of chops about more than a week, I usually tend to manually exit the trades for whatever reason, and just get back in them. I mean, we've been in this trade since all the way down here. We got in again around here somewhere. We got out up here, and then we've got in again here. So in total, we've probably made that 500 pips before we've even really got there, to the initial 500 pip target that we're swinging for. I mean, this trade as well, I am going to keep it in for the rest of day today, I believe. I mean, we're starting to see that push back up. It'd be nice to finish a little bit stronger than what we're at now. Still in two minds whether to close this out or not yet. I'm not fully decided. I'm going to just keep my eye on it a little bit more and see what happens. The last thing I want is for that to come all the way back down to this level again, and retest it. I mean, if that was the case, I'd rather just exit here and look in to get back in at this level with some sort of price action below market, which I was looking for originally. But I will do a weekly review of what I'm looking for next week and what news is out, when I'm expecting volatility. But yeah, I'm really happy with how I managed this EJ trade. It would have been sore just to wake up this morning and taken that full loss, which I'm happy to avoid. So many new traders go through this, trying to run every single trade, not looking to just take small profits to add up over time. I mean, looking at the MT5, this account was, again, I'll say £500 just at the start of May, and we're almost at 700 already. Huge returns, absolutely huge, and I'm only risking 2% on this trade, every single trade, and I'll be risking 2% all the way up to £10,000, and then I will look to continue the challenge further past that as well. But at the moment, all we're doing is looking for good trades. The money's just been building up over time, and it will just, that lot size will just continue to grow larger and larger. But the more I manage my trades, the more I'm being very careful and just taking my profits and not just letting the evolving R come back to me, which is another point that Tom Dante makes as well. There's no such thing as a free trade. There's no target 1, target 2, target 3. If you've got your bias and you've got your direction, aim for that initial target and then just manage your risk to lock in that profit along the way. And that just provides a better risk reward over the years, over the 100 trades, 500 trades. So another thing to keep in mind of as well, breaks, retest, move risk up behind it. So here would have been a break, retest, risk is below here. We get another break, and if we retested here and then come back up, then your stop loss would have been below this bullish candle right here. Just tucks it up by there, barely in profit, but much better than taking that full 1R loss. And then that's how you'd manage that trade if that was a bigger target and you were going for that full swing. But happy with how that played out. Anyway, just going to remove all this and just freshen up my charts a little bit, ready for my weekly review. So I'm going to exit the USD JPY longs I've got here now as well. It's just going to give me a fresh outlook for the week ahead. I don't like being in trades more than 2 weeks, although I am a swing trader. I don't mind if the risk reward is a lot more worth it compared to what this is. I'd rather get back in again with a better risk rewards scenario if another level unfolds above market. Because at the moment, the lot size on this one's really small compared to what I would actually be getting for the risk of holding it over the weekend again. It's only going to be an extra £10 more than what my current target is at the moment. Having a bit of an issue loading up my trading view. What's going on? It's just spamming between all of my charts. Right, I'm going to try and fix this and I'll come back to you. Technical issues. Right, so it turns out I am the technical issues. My microphone was just leaning on the arrow keys for whatever reason. So let's move on from that. So let's get rid of this USD JPY along. Manually exit, close, bosh, cash in the money. Right, look that in the Edgewonk journal. So I'm going to take a screenshot of this. Go into my journal, USD JPY, throw that screenshot in there. Exit date, that's this Friday at 9:39 AM. Fuck's sake, I've done it again. Exit price. Just need to grab the MetaTrader from my phone because it's just easier to work it that way. So I exited at 158.754. My P&L. Now I actually got paid a lot again in swaps. So if my balance appears incorrect in my account here, I just need to. So £179.62 is what it should be. May need to account for that as well. Now I did emotionally. It wasn't an emotional exit, it's a reasonable one, but there's also nothing to do to TA. I'm going to put down emotional exit on this one, just because I feel emotionally about holding over the weekend and reaching that target when I can just scale into the trade and just reassess over the next week. So I'm just going to have to put that. It's not against my trading plan, but it's not something that I should be doing. Now, trade management. I need to add another one here actually, which is good. So I'll just save that for the minute. We need to update our journal. So let's go to trade comments. Evolving on. And trade exit as well. I'm going to have a different one here. I'm going to have manually exit. And it's just going to be a neutral. I can't spell either. Because a lot can change in a swing trade over the course of being in that for a week or two. Things just, you might just want to get back in the market at a later date. Now the highest price this market came was 159,133. Lowest point was my biggest drawdown. It's actually quite a big drawdown on this trade. I forgot about that. So that's 156,879. Now this part's quite important. What it allows you to do, it will collect this data over time and it will see if you're in drawdown a lot, what's your largest drawdown, which then you can look at assessing a better entry point or a wider stop, whichever works for you. And the second one is the highest point, which is how much money have you left on the table. So my highest point was all the way up here, last highs, and I just manually exited somewhere down here. So I've left essentially those pips on the table there. So it'll just give you more indication about how much money you're leaving on the table and either put in a wider target or a new risk management strategy. So my target was not hit. It also was not a break-even trade. And that's that. So let's have a look at the journal for the week then. We're up 5% this week, 5.76 in the last two trades. That was yesterday's Euro JPY long, and it was also this JPY trade that I took on this time last week, last Friday. So we've had that for about open for about 8 days now. One more week left of the month. We brought it back. A bit of a shaky start. We had a really good start. I believe that was an AUD USD trade. Yep. And then we took a couple of losses here and was looking a bit sore, which then we recovered with these two trades, AUD and another USD JPY trade there as well. So USD JPY has treated us really well this month. It's been quite a solid market, although it's been slow moving. There's been a lot of up and down movement, like these two news events here that was able to take advantage of. So there's been a lot of just opportunity in this market, clear levels formed. Compared to the other JPY markets, this has definitely been the best one. Look, no levels here, just straight up price action. Euro USD has had some nice levels to trade. We've had some liquidity pool setups, as well as some levels in there as well. It's been another good one. Again, JPY, bit sore for this one. I wish I had a pending order just left around this area once I saw all this chop up into the market. It's an example of this supply and demand strategy. I would have had an entry here. My stop would have been tucked behind this thrust candle, targeting the FTAs here. You're still looking at a 1.5R trade there, which would have been a very quick one as well, quick movement. But AUD USD, AUD JPY has just not even come to retest this level yet, so this could be another interesting one. Markets rallied up. We've had such a good ride of momentum all the way up to, there's not even any levels up here above market, it's just going up, creating its own new highs. But hopefully we see some chop down into this next week, and we can look for entries around the 10500 levels, well 104,900s. USD markets has well been pretty dead. That trade end up, well, it would have been perfect. So we initially did have a short entry up here, but we removed the order, I believe, once price came down after this candle. I didn't see it getting back up there, and I didn't want to be in there because there was no ATR anymore. Euro USD as well, not too much has been happening. We finally did close that gap, and then market's just been selling off since then. And AUD USD has also just been trading sideways after that big move up after our test of the demand zone below market. But I'll go in depth very shortly about what I want to do with each of these moving forward. But apart from that, I'm just going to do a quick bit of analysis, have a look for some news for the week and see what my findings are, and I'll report back. So nothing much in terms of news next week, to be honest with you. New home sales for the US, Gov Bailey speaks for the pound. Nothing that's going to be dramatically swinging the market up and down like you see in the NFPs, so I'm not too worried about that. We're just going to keep an eye on the news releases for those pushes into the levels that we're looking to trade. Speaking of levels I'm looking to trade, there's this higher time frame supply zone above market. Just want to double check that zone. Yeah, 06700. So I'll be looking for shorts around this area. Not too sure where I'm looking at for a target. Obviously we got a clear FTA here about 66775, but I'll wait for price to develop, and we'll be looking to leave a pending order at this zone with a stop loss just above the old highs here, and we'll see what we can target once the price actually gives us a bit more room to work with, really. Now I'm going to take a look at AUD JPY. Again, this one is a bit of an opposite trade. We're looking to take a long into this level, although we do have a 1, 2, 3, so we'll actually be taking a look at a levels trade here, a little bit further below the demand. So we're looking to get a squeeze through there just to get a long on that candle. Place your entry there, stop loss just below that level, and then we'll have to see where the FTA lines up as price comes down into it. But that's another trade that I'll be looking at for next week, so I'm going to mark that one. Really interesting. Something else to note as well about this level is you've got the big wick here that obviously created the area for market to chop around them. Then you've got I'll mark this level out. So the level is more, it's a bit of a messy one, but it's more like that. Market came up into it, one touch, big swing away, nice bit of space here in the middle, two touch, and then market violently breaks this market. We've got was a supply level above market that I'm now expecting to turn into a demand zone. I believe we're still going to just keep pushing up this market. So I'm really looking only for longs in the USD, well, the JPY markets all in all. I would rarely be looking for shorts until I see any sort of slowdown in momentum in this market. A weakness, the yen is just taking a hammering, which is setting up good for longs. So it's going to be quite a violent pullback, I believe, considering this just consistent up move we've had. We haven't had a bearish candle in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 days. The market's just gone up. So we're probably going to expect to hit ATR today, to be honest with you, then chop up again on Monday, and then we'll probably come back down here later on towards the end of this week, I'd expect. Euro USD. Right, so at the moment we've got 71% of retail traders long this market. I mean, looking at the weekly chart, you definitely don't want to be long this market, especially for the long term. It is taking an absolute hammering. We've got doji candle into weekly shooting star, into another huge bearish candle, into another weekly shooting star. It's just not painting a good picture. We had this gap down this week as well. Came up, tested. This was demand zone, now turned into supply. Market hasn't since been back there. We've just traded downwards, downwards and downwards. One level I'm looking at trading on the hourly chart is this. Now, I won't be taking this trade today, as I've learnt from my mistakes of entering trades late on a Friday end of week trading day. So just going to line this level up a little bit cleaner. So I want to see a nice swing away here. We'll probably see a swing away up into this level, hopefully a little bit further up into this naked candle above market, and then trickle down into next week. Wait for a break late Monday or Tuesday. Be looking to take a short into this level, wherever I can't tell yet where the candle that broke the market is, because it hasn't broken yet, but we'd expect that something like this to be the trade. And where's the FTA below market, or are we taking? So it's about, let me mark this out. So your FTA, you're looking about here. Oh, that does not make sense because that's above market. Okay. So it'd be this low here. Still think that's... We'd probably be looking to take the lows out here then. That's the clearest FTA. I mean, really you could look to swing down into this level. Market's definitely coming back to test it. Whether that happens, that comes down here, then goes up and then comes down. Who knows, that trade would need to be managed if you were to go for that one. But considering the weekly, there's no reason why it couldn't. I mean, these longs are just building up day by day as well. So eventually that momentum could just push the liquidity down to that demand zone below market there. So this is a trade I'm going to keep my eye on. We'll look for a FTA around market. If we don't find one, it will then be this area here that we're looking to target, and then managing the risk down to it, just like we have been in the previous swing trades with the USD JPYs. So I'm going to give that a mark as well. Keep an eye on that one. Really nice level. Be setting an alert here next week and see what happens there. Looks like we got lots to work with next week, because we've got another level in Euro JPY as well. Currently sitting at 79% retail traders short the market, which I bet they're loving this candle right now. They're going to slap that up, but I mean, we've seen one touch, almost a two touch there, big swing away, more space, came up to test it again, big swing away. If we get another break of this, I'll be looking for entries around the 170 287s, depending where the naked level is once the market does break here. You'd be targeting just these highs here at 170 721. It's not a huge trade again, but it's one of those trades where we'll just be getting in and out of the market for this one. Clear target, no need to swing it all the way out there just yet. So get that marked up as well. So that's it. Those are the 3 trades that I'm going to be looking for and planning for next week. Obviously, as price develops over the course of the week, these plans can change. So if those plans do change, that'll be updated as well. My most favourite trade of next week is the Euro USD shorts. This is the one that I'll be keeping my eye on and entering first if I can. This one would be, it's just looking to go down to test these 1600s, to be honest with you. But really strong week. We're up 32.07%. We've gained 10% win rate this week, or maybe these 2 weeks we've gained 10%. Yeah, so we came in at about 63% win rate this week. It took a hit from about 69 down to 63. Now we've recovered and surpassed that as well. Only 15 trades taken since May, but I'm happy with the 11 wins, 4 losses, no break evens. I'm not going to be taking break even trades unless the risk management just happens to be either just below my entry or just above. That's the only scenario where either a small win, small loss, or break even trade could occur. I'm not one to anymore move my stop loss into that level just to have essentially a risk-free trade. As Tom Dante says, there is no risk-free trade. You are risking profits. You're risking your unrealized gains. So really happy with the stats and recovery for this month. We're doing a complete end of month review where I'll be going through the entire month with a fine tooth comb, going through all the data reports here, as well as the May one as well. We'll do an overview of the 15 plus trades that I take throughout this quarter.